Well, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the More Profit Community Pharmacy Roundtable. My name is Breck Rice. I'll be your host today. And I absolutely love community pharmacies. I'll do anything and everything in my power to help pharmacies be profitable. And so, after working in the industry for more than 2 decades, it's about close to 23 years now. I've really grown to love community pharmacies and the community pharmacy owners who are running these wonderful establishments. But I have unfortunately seen a lot of closures as of recent, and it's really hard to stay in business when the PBMs are taking all your profit. And so that's why I launched this More Profit Roundtable, is to offset some of the poor reimbursements that PBMs are paying our community pharmacies. I posted about it several months back. Talking about what the problem is, and the problem is unfortunately the PBMs taking all the profit margin. Back when I started in the industry, there was good profits. They were making, community pharmacy was making about a 36% gross profit margin. Today they're lucky to get 3 to 5%, and so that's why it's so hard to make a living with community pharmacy unless you expand your services. And so that's the other reason why we are talking today and talking about how to bring more profit into your community pharmacy. I've also recently got involved in legislative work and trying to help move the needle on PBM reform. I do host the PBM Reform podcast on the Pharmacy Podcast Network. And so that's a slow process to make changes, but we talk to a lot of lawmakers to bring to their attention how bad off it is for our community pharmacy partners and how much help they need. And then so beyond what we're helping with on PBM reform and bringing awareness and making positive changes on the PBM Reform podcast on the Pharmacy Podcast Network, I then, of course, do this monthly as well. This meeting, this roundtable, is always the second Wednesday of each month at noon Eastern time. So mark your calendar, invite all of your pharmacy friends to the next one. Let's get the word out to as many people as we possibly can about this so we can help them. So again, back to this post that I did a while back, not only does it point out that the profit margin is down, but there's another study that shows that approximately 1/4 of all medications dispensed from a community pharmacy actually are walking out the door below the acquisition cost of the drug. So think about that for a minute. Not only does it not cover the cost of the medication, the wholesale cost of the medication, it doesn't cover any of your pharmacy's overhead, employees, lease on your building, utilities, nothing. So, literally 1/4 of those medications are walking out the door, and you're losing money on them. So we need to do something different. As I pointed out, the PBM mafia is stacked against you. They're aligned with the payers. You can see Express Scripts aligned with Cigna. Of course, United Healthcare owns Optum. And then in the first time of the pharmacy industry where the PBM was so profitable that they were able to buy the carrier. Usually it's the other way around. Cigna, can buy Express Scripts, but in this case, Caremark actually was so profitable it bought Aetna, and so CVS Aetna. And if you look at their overall profits, if you look at the organization, someone like a retailer that has 10,000 retail locations, but yet and they're selling anything and everything at those retail locations, right? It's not just medications. They sell, makeup and hair products and chips and snacks and drinks, and then occasionally they dispense the medication out of the back too. But even with 10,000 retail locations, still 80% of their profits actually come from the PBM side, the Caremark side of that business. Similar with United Healthcare, they have 36 million people paying premiums to United Healthcare, but yet 75% of their profit actually comes from Optum Rx. So something has to change. And unfortunately, the independent pharmacies are the ones that are paying for that, right? And going out of business. I get so my company ServRx, we're the preferred provider for all the PSAOs out there that do the contracting for community pharmacies, and I get the updates of when they're changing from one PSAO to another, and then I also get the updates, unfortunately, when pharmacies close. This is just from one of the PSAOs that's showing all of the closures recently through just one of those pharmacy service organizations. So I'm a firm believer that 1/3 of your revenue needs to come from non-dispensing. So if you look at this chart, you can see obviously the supermarkets do real well because they have all the grocery items, right? The mass merchandisers and the big chains, we talked about all those chip snacks and everything they have in the front end. But an independent pharmacy has limited space. And so it's hard to have all those front end items. But there are some suggestions on how you can diversify and change so that you don't have all your eggs in one basket. And that's, 1/3 of that revenue for your pharmacy needs to come from non-dispensing. So we have some good ideas for you here today that I think will help. Now, when I was a little boy, I got to live up in British Columbia, Canada for a little while. It got way too cold up there for my Arizona parents, so we moved back to the States. But I got to spend about 8 years up there as a little boy, and ice hockey is the sport, right? So I played Pee Wee League ice hockey back when the pads actually weigh more than the kids. So you're indestructible. You can slam into each other and run into the boards and not feel a thing because you're completely padded. But obviously grew up loving the sport, and so one of my all-time favorites is Wayne Gretzky, and I love this quote. When he was asked what makes him such a superior player, he simply said he skates to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been. We need that same attitude as community pharmacy professionals. We need to go to where the profits are at and not where they've been. And that's why we do this whole roundtable. So I'd like to invite, I'll show you a quick explainer video here. If you're not familiar with the ServRx program, it's a value-added service, totally free for you to use. I'll have Will come up and explain more after this little explainer video.
An injured worker comes into your pharmacy. What do? Do they have a PBM card? Who is their carrier? Will I have to make a bunch of calls to find out? Will I get paid? And if I get paid, will it even cover the cost of the drugs? Don't worry. Just send the claim to ServRx. They will do all the work, guarantee payments, and you will even make more. Less work and more money. What do you have to lose? You are probably already contracted through your PSAO. All you need to do is enroll. www.servrx.com.
So Will Shaw, why don't you tell us more about our program?
Absolutely. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're at. Again, my name is Will Shaw. I'm with ServRx. Like Burke said, ServRx, we love community pharmacies. We have no affiliations with the PBMs, so we're able to maximize the pharmacy's reimbursement on workman comp claims by keeping them out of the PBM networks. As you can see right here from our examples, say if a patient was to come into a pharmacy, they needed a meloxicam. If you was to process that meloxicam, the pharmacy may be reimbursed $3 to $4 for that medicine. ServRx will reimburse the pharmacy. We're seeing anywhere from $95 to $105 for that meloxicam. And how ServRx is able to give that pharmacy that fair reimbursement that you legally deserve is we reimburse the pharmacy of AWP. So for brand medications, depending on your state fee schedule where you're at, where you're located, we do see a lot of pharmacies are being reimbursed for brand medications, 85% plus a $2 dispense fee. Then for generic medications, you'll be reimbursed 70% plus a $2 dispense fee. Okay, we have a live help desk that's available 7 days a week. So if the pharmacy was to receive a rejection for a claim, you could give our help desk a call. This is a free service for the pharmacy. There's no enrollment fees, no annual fees, no monthly fees. We are contracted with all the PSAOs in the country and is the preferred provider for workers' comp for the community pharmacies. Again, I put my information in the chat. If you want to get enrolled, you can send me give me a call, shoot me an email, and I can help the pharmacy get set up today or at your earliest convenience. Again, this is a free service. We just love to help community pharmacies receive those fair reimbursements that they legally deserve. Also, you never have to worry about trying to contact the adjuster, et cetera. We have a whole nother team that will do the legwork for that claim. We just want to help keep those fair reimbursements and take the workman's comp out of work for the pharmacy.
All right. Appreciate it, Will. Thank you. And
My
if
pleasure.
you haven't had the opportunity to meet Will yet, stop by one of our, anytime that we're at a booth at NCPA or any of the other pharmacy conferences and meet Will. Absolutely wonderful guy. I'll take great care of you. A lot of people don't know this about him. He's famous. So you got to
Uh,
come in by and take a picture with him. He played 12 years with the Harlem Globetrotters. When we're at conferences that bring international pharmacies to the conference, I mean, people run up to get their picture taken with him because they recognize him. So super fun to have Will on the team. He'll take great care of you. And this is a value-added service that is no cost to the pharmacy. And as you can see up here in the top left-hand corner, it bypasses the PBMs. Now we realize that pharmacies do have contracts. Unfortunately, United Healthcare is one of the ones that if you want all of their 65 million patients, you have to sign up for Optum to get access to them, and then Optum bundles all of their networks, and it's really a dirty business to do that to you because there's Catamaran, Cypress Care, and now even Timesys that's in there. We're working on getting those contracts unbundled, but regardless, at least 1/3 of all work comp claims do fall out of those big PBM networks, and you can process those to ServRx for the higher reimbursement. So if you're not enrolled, get enrolled. It's totally free. Here's some of the wonderful products that have been launched on this program. I think most of you are very familiar with the BioLite product now. That was the IV in the bottle, and we brought that onto this roundtable way before it was even available through your wholesaler. Now you just can order it right directly from McKesson, Cardinal, and AmerisourceBergen. So we have some other fantastic products that we've launched on this program, and we want to tell you about one of those that is becoming a really hot product, and that's the Breath Rocks. If you haven't seen this yet, this is super fun, and so I want to invite Jonathan to the stage to tell us more about Breath Rocks.
Thanks, Brack. What Breath Rocks is, it's a popping candy breath mint. So if you can imagine sugar-free Pop Rocks with zinc, that's what it is. It's just a fantastic functional breath mint. And basically how it works is the zinc neutralizes the gas in your mouth. All of that popping activates your saliva, and all those little pieces, as you kind of rub this around your mouth and experience that nostalgic feeling, it's actually scrubbing your mouth. So neutralize, activate, scrub, that's how it works. The wholesale price to pharmacies is $1.49. They retail it for $2.99, and some of our C stores and other folks will sell it for more. So at least you're getting that 100% markup. What we are able to do is when you want to order that, just order directly on our website, breathrocks.com, set up a wholesale account, we ship that to you. We have 4 flavors. We have traditional mint, we have cinnamon, we have watermelon, and we have our new flavor, blue raspberry. It's got this awesome cooling sensation that people just love. And one of the things that's really neat about this product is it's not just, a front-end product, but it's actually a tool to grow your pharmacy. Because when you look at situations where you've got that kid who's scared about, getting his vaccination, and you're going, hey, here, Griffin, have some breath rocks. And while he's focused on that part in his mouth, he's distracted. Boom, you jab him, give him the rest of the bottle, And for $1.49, you just distracted that kid, you rewarded that kid, and now his mom's telling people, you got to go down to Village Pharmacy. This is my kid wants another flu shot, that type of thing. Or being able to identify your patients who have dry mouth, you're able to say, hey, here's a great product that actually works, and you're going to have a fun experience. And it really gets your team used to doing those upsells. So when you've got those prescriptions, the statins, they can, introduce the CoQ10s and those other types of products. This is a good little icebreaker to get you to do other types of things. So this is the product line that we have now. We're launching our mango tahini this summer. We also have a new bottle that's coming out that makes it easier for consumers to use. And we're also going to be launching our Energy Rocks product. It's basically a 5-hour energy meets pop rocks, meets breath rocks. And so when you order, you'll get a free rack with that. We also give you hundreds of bag stuffers to put in there. And as you'll see up on the screen there, we've launched our seed loan. We've raised almost $2 million from independent pharmacy owners. So if you want to get involved with that, great. Otherwise, our crowdfunding's kicking off, and it's going to help to create all this viral sensation for you. So check us out on social media. You'll see that every week, a couple times a week, we're sharing videos. Pharmacy owners are just resharing and saying, hey, we just got blue raspberry. Look at this funny post that Breath Rocks did. Come and buy it. So it's a wonderful product, but it's also a great tool that you can use to interact with your patients and interact with your providers. And so just great to be part of the pharmacy roundtable here, and happy to get Breath Rocks into your pharmacy.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. And anytime that you're at a conference, his booth is always the most popular booth. Everybody's lining up to get a taste of the new sample of whatever the new flavor is he has. And I tried that mango tahini. It's not even out yet, but it is going to go really well here in the Southwest for sure.
Yeah, we're excited to have it on there. Thanks again, Breck, for all the awesome support.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you part of the program. So if you look at the chat here, somebody just ordered theirs last week, so that's great. So next up to the stage, we're going to invite Visby is the product brought to you by Calbiotech, and is it Dina that's going to be here today for this?
Yes, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I'm Dina from Calbiotech. I would love to introduce you to our Visby, the power of PCR. Visby is the first of a kind CLIA-waived conformity point of care PCR device for flu A, B, and COVID-19. It's also a 99% accuracy device. So it's nice to have it in your pharmacy. It's a CLIA-waived. It's less than 40 minutes for the results to come back. So it really adds to the pharmacy revenue just adding it on your shelf. It's easy to use, affordable. You can bill it to any kind of insurance, medical, Medicare, or private insurance as well.
Awesome. So those are available and in stock now, and I'll if you want to place your contact information in the chat so people can contact you if they're interested. I'll also do a recap of all of our presenters today and add their contact information at the chat at the end too as well. But yeah, thank you very much.
It's a great season for right now with all the flus going on, so it's good to have it.
Yeah, excellent. And it'll rule out whether or not somebody has COVID, because everybody immediately jumps to, hey, I'm feeling a scratchy, throat and feeling run down. They immediately think it's COVID. Well, this test will rule out whether it's COVID or if it's flu A or flu B. So wonderful product. But
right. Thank you.
Next up to the stage, we're gonna hear about ServRx and their wonderful product. But let's play a little explainer video first. And I personally use this and love this product.
Have you worried about the germs and bacteria your children pick up at school or while playing outside, just to bring those same germs back into the house? Or you have an older parent whose immune system doesn't fight as hard as it once did? Introducing MyShield Sanitizing Wipes and Sanitizing Body Spray, a more effective answer in the fight against germs and bacteria. available in large or travel size formats. Our cutting-edge antimicrobial nanotechnology, Cetrasil, creates a microscopic bonded barrier on your skin and other surfaces, keeping you safe from 99.9% of common germs for up to 4 hours. Our sanitizing wipes are water-based and stay saturated for longer, allowing you to cover more surfaces per wipe with our proprietary virus and bacteria-killing solution. With a pack of these wipes in your bag, it's easy and even enjoyable to sanitize surfaces and skin everywhere you go. They're safe for children, safe for pets, and safe for you. If you prefer a spray to a wipe, our sanitizing body spray includes all the same virus and bacteria-killing science as our wipes do. Simply spray anywhere to sanitize your skin or your clothes, avoiding your eyes and mouth, for up to 4-hour protection from viruses and bacteria. My Shield's sanitizing body spray is available in 2 ounces, 16 ounces, and 1 or 5 gallon sizes. The sanitizing wipes come in 2 resealable pouches, from a travel size of 20 wipes or a large size of 50. Come get your My Shield on and visit germsrx.com to discover how our innovative products can shield you from harmful diseases and infections.
Is Scott Lamphere here today? I'm not sure I saw him come in, so speak up if you are here. But this is an amazing product that like I said, I use personally. I won't travel without it. I get the opportunity sometimes to travel with a couple of my little grandkids, and I know that they're going to touch anything and everything on the plane. So those wipes are amazing. They're huge. So one of them I can wipe down, both kids head to toe, and then I'll wipe down the tray table and the armrests and the seat back, everything, because I know they're going to play with and touch everything on the plane. And if the FDA says that this product will last on your skin for 4 hours, means it probably lasts 5 or 6 hours. So this one bottle that I've had here, I've had for months because it lasts for 4 hours, and then I reapply it. The other thing too that was interesting, I like that they showed wiping down the shopping cart handle. There's actually been studies that show that there's more pathogens on the handle of a shopping cart than on a toilet seat. So there's a fun fact for you, and probably a visual you could done without for today. But yeah, have those little handy sanitizing wipes in your pocket before you go out shopping or what have you. But I'll put his contact information in there. Wonderful program that he has for pharmacies too. He's got a nice little packaged program for community pharmacies. Next up to the stage, I want to invite Adam to talk to us more about their program of the Pharmacy Marketplace.
Thank you so much for making time for us today. So Pharmacy Marketplace is a online shopping site created by independent pharmacy owners for independent pharmacy owners. We use AI to match up the items that your pharmacy is dispensing. We check that versus your current primary's best price. We apply rebates, and then we'll look for the coinciding best price for those products on the secondary market. So we're able to show you not only which items are the cheapest to buy, but how much you're going to be saving on each product by buying it outside. We also tie in with that dispensing and your primary vendor to provide live GPR, GCR dashboards for the McKesson customers, and then for any other primary, we can do the GCR as well, where you'll be able to log in, see where you're currently sitting with your compliance numbers, and we'll tell you not only where you're at, but how much you would need to spend to get to your next tier, and how much you would gain in rebates by doing that. The basic premise of what we do is we want to help your pharmacy to maximize your rebates with your primary, but also still be able to take advantage of the better prices that are available on the secondary market. So we're just trying to help you figure out what the best balance is between secondary purchases and primary purchases with the final goal being to just do what's the most profitable for your store.
Yeah, that's excellent program. Excited. I hope it's growing well for you. I know this is a fairly new project. And I learned about it through Chris, who brought BioLite to this program, and now is full time over here with you guys. So thanks for presenting, and please put your contact
Thanks for having us.
up in the chat. I'll put everyone's all the presenters' information at the very end of the show today too as well. Real Value RX is a secondary wholesaler that's so affordable that a lot of pharmacies that I know are actually using them as the primary because because the pricing is just so good. So they've been around for 36 years down out of San Antonio. I think most people are familiar with them. I didn't see Tom here today, so I'm kind of giving his spiel for that, or Jessica. But reach out to them, and our next presenter actually partners with Real Value, and our title sponsor, RxOneShop. They do the shopping for you. They find the products so that you can save. And so I want to have Doug come up to the stage next and tell you about his wonderful program at RxOneShop.
Yeah, thank you, Breck. It's crazy. It's been a month already.
Yeah.
We started this company over 15 years ago to help. We actually just helped LTC stores, and we saw what we were doing for the LTC stores, and we figured, why can't we do this for the retail pharmacies, the ones that are struggling the most? So we adapted. We were LTC generics, and now we moved into RxOneShop. So we've been doing the RxOneShop portion for over 10 years now. We help 2,500 pharmacies across the country. What we do is take the buying power from all of them. We go against about 10 different distributors that we partnership with to get the best pricing possible and put that on our platform. Every day, my job is negotiating with these distributors to get these pharmacies better pricing. Just to give you an idea, one of our top sellers is Farxiga, generic Farxiga. Most people will see it out there for about $320 to $340. We sell it for $290.99, which is crazy. We sell a lot of Farxiga. Another one of the bigger products that we sell is Dexcom G7 sensors, which have been tough to get. We have those at $115. We have about 30,000 NDCs all right on our website for you. The best way to think of RxOneShop is an Amazon for purchasing drugs for the pharmacy. So our main goal is to help the pharmacy survive and thrive. So in a sense, it's free to become a member of RxOneShop. We're not there to lock you in on no contracts. You use us how you want. Some buy from us once a week, some buy from us once a month. So we're here for you. We're there to help, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Doug. And Doug will put his contact information in the chat. I'll also follow up at the end with everyone's contact. But we appreciate your sponsorship for the show, and you make it possible for us to get this important information out to everyone. So thank you for that. And if you're not connected with RxOneShop, please get connected with them so they can save you as much as possible. So thanks again, Doug. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. And so next up, we want to just give a real quick overview of Hyper. If you haven't heard about this, it's a flat rate same-day delivery. They're expanding into more cities now. I think 70 more cities that they're expanding in this year. But it's unlike some of the other flat rate services where you think you're getting a flat rate with some of those other services, but then they add on a fuel charge, and then they add on a mileage, and pretty soon that flat rate that you thought you were only paying $6 or $7 ends up being 12 to 15. This is a true $7.95 flat rate. And for those who have larger items, like our community pharmacy, independent grocery stores, they do have a program for a much larger delivery as well for same day. So I'll leave their contact information in the chat, or a form that you can fill out if you're interested in getting more information. Are all of our pharmacy partners aware of the ACA referral program? Everyone's familiar with the Affordable Cares Act, but there's actually a referral program. If you see that any of your patients are either not insured or underinsured and paying way more than the average person for their copay, you may want to offer this to them. And if you do, the brokers will actually pay you a referral fee. So I mean, it's simply just getting information out to people that this could help. It only takes your patient 60 seconds, probably less than that. I filled out the form just to see how long it'd take me. It took me like 15 seconds, but in 60 seconds, they can find out if they qualify for either a zero cost plan or a subsidized plan. So even if they're already using an ACA program, it constantly changes. And so they may be eligible for something more affordable that'll expand more coverage. And so just getting the information out, they'll actually, these brokers, there's multiple brokers that do it, but they'll pay you a $15 referral fee on everyone. So I'll leave contact information, but if you scan that, it'll take you to the form to fill out to get more information about providing that at your pharmacy as well. So pretty excited about that. I didn't know about it until just recently, so now I'm telling you about it. Next up to the stage, I'm going to have my friend George Veronis come up and tell you about ServRx. I'm going to play a quick little video on this program real quick, a little explainer video for that's specifically for pharmacies. But this is a great way to start getting more clinical services done because this is a Medicare Part B, as in boy program. You don't have to be credentialed yet, although we'll talk about that in just a minute, because the Zing that brings it to, has developed the program. They do all the billing and collections for you. And the pharmacy just gets an administrative fee for each patient that enrolls. So let's play this little explainer video.
It's no secret that pharmacies are under financial stress today and need to find new sources of revenue within their existing businesses. Seniors Home Services is happy to introduce you to our ServRx program that can provide tremendous benefits to your customers and new revenue to your pharmacy. ServRx is a clinically proven and Medicare reimbursable program that literally prevents and often reverses memory loss, cognitive regression, and loss of balance, thereby slowing decline and helping prevent falls, as well as helping with stress, anxiety, working memory, concentration, decision-making, and emotional control. ServRx comes with a 23-year record of success in working to improve plasticity in the cerebellum, which will improve patients' quality of life, helping them to remain independent for as long as possible. We are pleased to provide you the ability to make ServRx available to your patients and make it so easy as we provide a turnkey solution, including patient support and Medicare billing under our Medicare NPI. Introducing ServRx to your patients is easy. We provide posters and countertop materials with a QR code taking your patients to your personal, trackable landing page containing a short video message from you, as well as educational videos that encourage people to enroll right there. We also support patient enrollment with our turnkey email, texting, and telephonic enrollment process. When they enroll, our coaches personally call by phone to welcome them and send a welcome email with logins to their personal customized programs. Their personal coaches are available by phone as needed to help them along the way. Information on your patient's monthly progress will be available in our secure portal. And if you choose to review their reassessments each month, you can earn administrative services fees for the time you spend reviewing the assessments. We take care of all patient support, coaching, encouragement, and all billing. ServRx can have a major positive impact on your patients without creating any additional work for you or your staff. We also give your pharmacy the ability to create additional revenue by offering and providing patient support through our remote care services, including chronic care management, remote patient monitoring, and primary care services with our turnkey process, which includes the entire order and billing process. Just click Book a Call button on this page to begin.
So, George, I have one suggestion. Corporate needs to change the title of this pharmacy revenue. It's pharmacy profit, because there is no startup costs here for the pharmacy. It's pure profit for the pharmacy. Tell us more about your program.
Yeah, well, actually, everything was right there on the video. But basically, first of all, thanks for having us on again, as usual, and everybody coming on to listen. But, this is my little talk track, short and to the point, because at the end of the day, all we need pharmacies to do is set up about a 20 to 30-minute appointment with us, and then we'll go through this in more detail and ask questions. I could tell you, I've been in front of 15 pharmacies since the last time we talked to you, with multiple pharmacies in each one of those. We haven't anybody not take this program yet. So, implementing ServSkills is a fast, no-cost way to get started with just 100 patients. We're talking about reimbursing by Medicare, and you getting a service fee of $25. So that's what, $2,500 a month. And in a lot of cases, the pharmacies think we could put on 100 to 200 patients, which would be almost $5,000. Again, what Brett said, a pure profit. And basically, the patient takes 10 minutes a day. They have to do it half a month to get the full pay for Medicare Plan B, and it's very easy to do. And if they ever forget to do it 1 or 2 days in a row, we remind them, we text them, we email them, we call them. So one pharmacist said to me that has a big chain, they go, "Wow, this is so nice to be able to present something to our senior patients that's actually a really good benefit, and economically still pay us a fee to introduce it to them." But they do no work because we do all the marketing and we set that all up for you. So again, pure profit. So that's really it. You set up an appointment, and one thing that, Breck, you've been preaching forever is the credentialing or medical billing. So a lot of people that see that fee for it to do it for the next 3 months, which I think Ray goes through that next. We actually show this as a solution to cover that entire cost in a 90-day period. So you could lead to medical billing right away and not cost you anything out of pocket. So everybody wins in this. The pharmacist wins, the patient wins, and it moves right into this IPPN system. So thanks for having us. And again, just book an appointment with us for 20 minutes and we'll go through the whole program in detail.
Yeah, thanks, George. And I have been preaching that our pharmacies need to get more involved in clinical services. And so thank you, George, for that perfect segue. Let me play an explainer video now on IPPN program.
Why join the Independent Pharmacy Provider Network, IPPN? 1. Access new revenue opportunities and make thousands more than you currently make doing the same service types. 2. Increase billable revenue beyond current pharmacy limits by using the new clinical care delivery contracts negotiated for you by IPPN. 3. Increase foot traffic and sell more retail items and services. 4. Increase community healthcare equity and engagement for better outcomes. 5. Create your own community care program to support your community health initiatives and allow local providers to participate in your network created through IPPN. IPPN provides the turnkey solution to make this happen and allows for increased revenue and opportunity for your pharmacy. Now that we have your attention and discussed how we can help your community and increase your revenue, the following are key points of IPPN. 1. Virtual direct supervision enabled software. Direct supervision through the IPPN application with real-time audio-visual technology instead of in-person presence. 2. Collaborative practice agreement. IPPN provides the CPA between IPPN for the technology, a provider who provides incident to billing supervision, and a pharmacist or other provider who provides specific services as these components fulfill the intent of the Medicare incident to billing provision. 3. Community provider recruitment. IPPN provides recruitment services for providers to participate in the community care program. 4. Contracting with payers for clinical services. IPPN provides contracting services for Medicare and other payers for clinical services delivered through the IPPN community care program. All services under the CPA fall outside of all direct pharmacy billing and billed as a clinical service under the new payer contracts. For example, bill your vaccines as a clinical visit under the CPA under the supervision of the provider assigned to the patient and immediately increase revenue. Again, IPPN provides the turnkey solution to make this happen and allows for increased revenue and opportunity for your pharmacy. Join IPPN today at www.ippnhub.com. Thank you again, and remember to join the Independent Pharmacy Provider Network. Go to www.ippnhub.com and start increasing your revenue today.
All right, Ray, I'd love to invite you up to the stage to tell us more about your wonderful program.
Yeah, thank you very much, Breck. Thank you, George, by the way, as well. One of the things that we try to do, and we're focused around what Breck has been trying to do for a very long time, is to help pharmacies increase profits, stay in business, and be able to serve their communities more effectively by doing that. The IPPN program really establishes that process to be able to do it. we make sure that we have um, the proper setup, right? You need to have a clinical encounter billable. And in order to do that, you need to have a clinical visit that you can bill. In order to have a clinical visit, you need to have the documentation. You need to be able to really document everything that you're doing. Most pharmacies right now are doing everything that they need to do in order to bill for a clinical visit. They're seeing the patient, they're providing the service, they're providing education, they're actually getting consent forms, they're getting all of their um, 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 information related to family history, information related to their current medical history, their current condition as to why they're there for the reason for the visit. They're doing everything, and they're spending that 15 minutes every time they do an encounter with these patients. So what we're trying to do is to help these pharmacies capture that lost revenue. We've been having now groups that have already tried to do this, where they failed, and they build really thousands of visits where they've gotten paid, or they've gotten very little, or they've gotten denied in most cases. So we went out and we started establishing relationships with payers that allow us to bill for out-of-network services, which is a big deal. Our out-of-network contracts allows us to get paid 80% of the billed amount. So a preventive visit, we may be billing $150, getting paid $120, and then our contract calls for them to get paid within 30 days, which is a big deal. We had some pharmacies that started out that were billing out of network back in October, and they're getting checks now as a settlement, or as a negotiated amount for services being done in October. You can't sustain a business like that. So we're trying to speed that up through our contracting services, which is very important. The other thing that we're doing is that we're looking at whether or not we can bill for some of these services that were performed retrospectively as well, and even being able to do screenings. A pharmacy is a healthcare provider. You can do screenings for your patients, like going to a health fair. Those visits are billable, but you need somebody to bill to bill to. Medicare's obviously you need to work under Incident 2 billing with Medicare. You need to be licensed directly, have somebody on staff that can bill. But a lot of these commercial plans allow you to bill, and pharmacies do qualify to be able to bill that. So that's some of the insight that we bring to the pharmacies as we engage. And again, thank you very much, George. That's a great program. Simply having your patient view the video, registering, it's billable to Medicare, and you're getting paid that money. With our program, we continue that to be able to bill for services for your lost time. So I'll stop there, Breck. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, Ray. And Ray has been instrumental in helping clean up some of the messes that people have gotten themselves into with medical credentialing. I have a lot of pharmacy partners that have, spent thousands and thousands of dollars to get set up and still not get across the finish line. And then others that had completely gotten in network, and then, like Ray said, had billed thousands. One pharmacy over 100,000, and they haven't been able to collect on it yet because they just don't know all the right ins and outs of that billing. And what an exciting thing! Man, I that resonated with me big time, Ray, about the 30-day contract, and getting paid in 30 days.
Yeah.
I know from the ServRx side, we pay our pharmacy partners in 30 days, but we don't collect for 45, 120 days down the road, right? So I know how long those payers can stretch out the payments. What a wonderful contract you have to be able to get them in 30 days.
Thank you.
Ray's program is new to community pharmacy, although he's been around for years working with on the physician side, and actually did the quality measurement scores for CMS for over 16 years, right, Ray? And helping to identify where those gaps in services were that needed to be done. And he was approaching the providers, the doctors, to help them fill those gaps. The same thing with SiriSkills. SiriSkills was taking their program to doctors first, saying, hey, there's an opportunity here to improve, have less falls with seniors to help improve their loss of memory. But they were taking it to the doctors. And when both these programs were presented to me, I said, no, these services need to be at the pharmacy. Community pharmacies need this revenue. And because a lot of times our pharmacies were already doing these services, but just not billing for them. So it's the steps to success here is literally it's 3 steps. Serious Skills starts you getting involved in doing clinical services. Step 2 is IPPN to get completely credentialed to be able to be the rendering provider. And then step 3 we'll just touch on, and that's the full clinic. That's if you have room for it at your pharmacy. It's a complete door within a door. That you would have even a clinician on staff to see those patients. So it's the full managed services. It's the talent exchange, so you don't even have to staff it. And then there's even a financial or credit piece of that too that'll help you pay for the build out of that clinic, that clinical room. And then you become a cooperative member of that credit facility, meaning that you have a way of earning an extra 8% on any investment that you put into it. So basically, you help additional community pharmacies get set up. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because you have to start with step 1 and 2 first before you can even think about step 3. So at this time, I want to switch gears a little bit and move into also taking care of your finances and making sure that you're not overpaying for taxes. I think if anyone was asked the trick question, do you think you pay too much in taxes for your corporation? The answer is always yes, I pay too much in taxes. You think about it, I always say this, but it's true today as it was 200 years ago. We went to war and threw a whole bunch of tea in the harbor over an 8% tax. And what are we at today, Richard? So let me stop sharing here. So Richard could share.
37% federal is our top tax bracket.
And we fought a huge country to break free from them over an 8%. So now we're at 35. That's right. 37.
Yep. Yeah, and depending on which state you live in, that can reach up to 50%, because states like California, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, et cetera, also have a high tax rate in addition. I will be very quick through the program. I offer to make sure that everybody knows it up front. I represent a tax law firm, Tax Law Associates, LLC, and we will offer to you a free evaluation as to how much we can save you in taxes. But let me walk through the program. Basically, what we're looking at is we look for business owners who feel like they are paying too much in taxes. What's the problem? You're probably overpaying your taxes by 20 to 40%. That's the typical amount that we are able to reduce your personal taxes, because the vast majority of owners are pass-through entities. That means LLCs, sub-S corporations, sole proprietorships, partnerships, et cetera, and they're not taking advantage of the statutory tax breaks that could be available if you are properly structured and implement the right strategies. You're missing out because there are different benefits for an S corporation, LLC, the pass-through entities, versus a C corporation. We're not criticizing tax preparers, CPAs, because there's over 80,000 pages in the IRS code at this point, and no one can be an expert in everything. We focus on reducing the taxes. The CPAs, tax preparers, they're focusing on compliance, making sure that you're paying your taxes right, that you're documented properly, your payroll is being paid out. So you can't be an expert in everything. If you are not structured properly, then what you are missing all kinds of different benefits, like Section 125 benefits. There's tax favored deferred comp, tax favored life insurance, buy-sell, long-term care, enhanced retirement plans, a lot of different programs that you are not able to participate in if you are a 2% or more owner in an S corporation. What's the answer? We think we're the answer. We're Tax Law Associates. TLA, we've been around as a law firm since 2002. We have almost 4,000 clients in all 50 states. Our managing partner is a man by the name of Mike Fussell, who is an attorney. He's a master's of law in taxation. He's a member of the U.S. Tax Court Bar, and he is a CPA. So we come at this from both a legal and an accounting standpoint. What we do is we work with your structure of your organization to be able to implement tax strategies which have been developed over the last 25 years. Mike is very, very proud of the fact that he has never been audited for his work. He's worked with others on their structures, but see, I will make sure that I'm sharing still here. Now you should be okay, right? Okay, we help you take advantage of all of the good stuff that's involved in C corporations and an S corporation. So rather than go into the detail here, I will offer you individually. Let's take a look at it. There's zero obligation. There's no requirement. We can take, if you feel like you are paying too much in taxes, let me talk with you, discuss specifically how this would apply to you, and we would offer you a free evaluation to identify the minimum amount of taxes that we'd be able to save you. I look forward to it. I'm going to put my information in the chat and be able to meet with you. Take care.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. And I've introduced Richard to a few of my pharmacy partners already, and he's literally already saving them hundreds of thousands, collectively. So super important program. I know we're really out of time here, Dr. Lewis, but I do want to make sure that you speak to the group here too, because what Dr. Lewis has for you is a program that will help you double your profits. And so you've got to hear about that as well.
Thanks, Breck. One of the things that I'm a pharmacist and I've been a pharmacist for over 40 years, and I've owned 2 pharmacies. And so like you, struggled with getting reimbursement. This was 15 years ago. And the one thing that I now do is I actually coach pharmacy owners. And I know for me, that was a big thing that I really needed to have. I was trying to run 2 pharmacies, run a compounding business. I was also doing some clinical work at the local hospital, running an anti-coag clinic. And so I was wearing way too many hats. And I would have loved to be able to have someone like myself that could help me to sort out what I should be doing. Today, I think pharmacy, as Breck has mentioned, is really got a lot of opportunities. I think a lot of it due to the pandemic, whereby we can turn our pharmacy into a health hub where it's the center of activity for health and wellness. And so what I'm here to say is the way that I help pharmacy owners is through profit acceleration. And I need, if you would schedule some time with me, I'd love to spend 15 minutes and really talk to you about the services and the opportunities that lie within your business. There are 12 different areas within every pharmacy business where there's opportunity to make profits. But I can't really give you a whole lot of examples without really knowing your detail. But here is the revenue for one of the pharmacies I helped last year, who had an audit, $40,000. They got hit for DIR fees. Virtually was going to close them down, but they switched their business model to where they're all cash. And within a year, they brought their net profit margin from less than 5% up to 15%. And their gross profit now is 67%. And so they're now on track this year to hit $1 million in revenue with probably 20% net profit. And this is going to be the first year that this particular pharmacy owner, since he got in business, is going to be able to take a vacation that's all paid for and be able to take 2 weeks off, which he hasn't been able to do in a while. And it's due to, finding opportunity and taking it and doing it smartly and profitably. And so I will put my information in the chat. Love to have a conversation with you. Thanks, Brett.
Yeah, thank you, Mar. Appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who presented today on the roundtable. And I know there was a little bit of confusion on the time because Arizona doesn't change times. We stay, that's where I'm based in Arizona. We stay on the same time. So I know since last roundtable, it was an hour difference when the time changed, but mine didn't, and so I had to update this meeting on my calendar. So there are people that have just now joined, thinking that they're joining for this meeting. Please email me so that I can make sure you get the recording. I will send out the recording to everybody who has registered. So if you came late and missed any part of this, all you need to do is just email me, or you can still just go back into I record everybody that registered. But that was the other problem too. When I changed the time in Zoom, I lost everyone who had pre-registered for this. I got about half of them, and then didn't realize changing the time would actually make it go back to zero and wipe out all of those. So maybe the easiest thing is just to email me. And I'll put my contact information up there in the chat for you so that you can. And then, are there any questions to any of our presenters today? While they're here, would love to just come off mute or raise your hand if you have any questions for Doug and RxOneShop, or for Richard or Ray, or anyone that presented. If there's any questions, you want to open it up for questions. Otherwise, I've put my contact information up in the chat, and you'll see my not only my email address, but also my Calendly link. So if you want to schedule some time with me to get into more of the details of any of these products or services that were presented today. I want to thank everyone for attending, taking time out of your busy schedule. Also, thank you again to our presenters. Special thank you to Doug and RxOneShop for being our title sponsor. And we'll make the replay available, as well as all of the contact information that was put into the chat. You're more than welcome to save the chat by going to the three little dots above, above the chat area there, and then just simply click on Save Chat. And when you close down or exit out of Zoom, it'll pop up and it'll have all of that information saved there for you. But if you're registered, I'm going to send you out the replay video, and that chat will be embedded into that Zoom link. So you'll have everyone's contact information just already embedded there too. So if you don't know how to save it, no problem. I've got you. So again, thank you, everyone. And once again, I absolutely love community pharmacy. I'll do anything I can to help you survive and thrive. And so hopefully, if you can take away one or two of the things and implement them in your pharmacy today, you're going to be much better off for it. Until next week, or excuse me, next month, we'll again, it'll be the second Wednesday of the month at noon Eastern. So we're going to keep it at that standard time of noon Eastern. So you do the adjustment to wherever your time frame is. I've set up the Calendly link now to be, or not the Calendly, the Zoom to be set at Eastern time, so it won't. It'll adjust appropriately even though I think it's crazy. The rest of the world ought to adopt what we do here in Arizona and just stay on the same time. You guys are all tired because you lost an hour of sleep for the rest of the country. But hey, I got up the same time today. It just happened to be an hour later for all of my meetings in on the East Coast. But again, appreciate everyone. And please reach out to me if I can answer any additional questions. But thanks so much for being here today. And until next month, thank you.